loyal servant of the game, respected member of the community here in Nakuru. But back to matters on the pitch. Line out throw, and that is Moses Mwangi. It is claimed by Donald Watch. James Njenga with the short pass. Nakuru really haven't done anything other than go through the motions of passing the ball and going into contact. Nothing electric so far.
Donald Watch going for the quick tap there. Watch being held up. And you can hear the fans saying that Cabras were not 10.
Ronald Drop just urging the Cabras players to watch their mark as he awards the penalty to Nakuru. They've already spurned 2 kicking opportunities. What do they do here? Do they go for the 3? Because this looks rather straightforward, but they elect to go for territory, probably interested in walking this one home.
Cabras leading by 15 points to 0. This game is not out of the woods. A converted try by Nakuru puts them within 8 points of Cabras. So Cabras cannot really relax. I think that this game will go their way, despite having a 15 points lead. As David Muthama goes for this line out here. And once again, line out throw not straight from Nakuru, and a missed opportunity there for the home team to put pressure on Cabras at line out time. Coming up at 4 p.m. it's Cabras versus Nakuru clash here. And these two teams met in December. Cabras running away comfortable winners by 50 points to 8. And we do expect a closer game this time round, especially with Nakuru on home soil. So Dan Angwech now to feed this ball into the scrum. Finds Johnny Kubu. Now Kubu finds Angwech again, combining very well. The two halfbacks playing very well here. Now Cabras on the attack here. And it's intercepted. A good attempt there from Martin Masika. But just the offload pass, he didn't get a teammate in good position. But that shows you the attacking threat that Cabras pose deep from their own 22. They're able to run that ball as Donald Watch now goes for the box kick downfield.
That is Bede Enonda jinking a run from Cabras left winger. Eventually Johnny Kubu in play, but he looks to have lost possession there.
Was a forward pass according to Rogers Rob, so it will be a Nakuru ball in the scrum. A moment of brilliance there from Cabras, especially the backs there, John Kubu, and combining very well there with George Makacha to put in Masika in. And as Masika scooted on that wing, he just needed someone to offload the ball to, but it was a Nakuru teammate to stop that move. So it's going to be a Nakuru scrum put in here, second half action on this 23rd day of March 2019, match day 14 of both the Kenya Cup and Eric Shirley Shield matches. 2 matches left before we go into the playoffs. Kuru clear their lines here.
That's Kelly Akengo with the show and go. The ball eventually claimed by Felix Makoha.
That ball was knocked by Cabras, so it will be advantage to Nakuru. Fans of the home team not very happy with those calls. Feel that the calls are being delayed here. 15-0 the scoreline. 2 tries, a conversion and a penalty for Cabras. Kengo doing some good work there, finding.
That was Felix Makoha, but he looked to have lost that ball as he went into contact. It is a scrum down, Nakuru feed. Donald Watch looks to kick life into the Nakuru attack. It is claimed by Moses Okendo. That was a rather questionable decision from Teddy Ratemo. Micho Chola, you could hear his voice from the touchline. Not at all impressed with that moment of madness from Teddy Ratemo. It is still Nakuru in possession. That was John Onyango claiming that ball in the air. Nakuru attacking, but attacking from their half. Cabras defending, just putting them on the back foot.
The Nakuru forwards really not getting over the advantage line. It's all pretty pedestrian. And was a knock-on, but the referee says that Cabras not observing the offside line, so it will be advantage to Nakuru. 16 minutes gone into the second half. It's still 15-0 here at the Nakuru Athletic Club. Temperatures have slightly dipped a bit as we approach the halfway mark of the second half. And it's Cabras who have the lead by 15 points to 0. It will be a line-out throw to Nakuru RFC. So David Mudama. The line-out throw, it's won very well by Nakuru. Can they get the attack moving? Not like that there. Knock-on from Nakuru, just as they were about to hit the ascendancy. And that has been the story of Nakuru for the better part of this match, Michael Kwambo.
Yes, it has. Nakuru really haven't left the starting blocks. That has been the story for them this afternoon. Cabras, on the other hand, have punished them on the few occasions that they've really been able to construct something. But other than that, it remains a start-stop affair here at the Nakuru Athletic Club. We are obviously hoping for a lot more intensity where the two sides' main squads meet in the Kenya Cup encounter that will be live and free also on Bamba Sport. We do have 22 minutes remaining here in this Eric Shelley Shield encounter. Once again, brilliant interplay between the Cabras backs, gaining them some forward momentum. Beautiful inside pass from Jone Kubu to Felix Makoha. The back row man finally finds the floor after being brought down by about 3 or 4 Nakuru players. This is good continuity from Cabras as they surge forward, just looking to put Nakuru on the back foot. Nakuru eventually finding themselves in possession. The whistle blows once again.
So Cabras gets the penalty there from our center referee, Rogers Rob. So it's going to be Cabras going to the corner. And we can expect, we know what to expect from Cabras when they go to the corner. Win the line out, put pressure on the Nakuru forwards at the set piece. Can Nakuru defend this line out? 15-0 the scoreline as we approach the hour mark here at the Nakuru Athletic Club. Match day 14 of the 2018-2019 Kenya Cup season. Cabras second on the log on 60 points, a point behind the champions KCB. Andrew Chogo wins it now. Cabras now putting the mold to good effect here.
They certainly do have the numbers, they have the momentum, and do they have the 5 points? That should be coming any moment now. Can they ground that ball? Yes. A third try for Cabras Sugar. We will confirm the try score in a moment. It is Steve Olwatch takes the score to 20-0.
No stopping that mold there. Good direction coming in from the Kenya Simbas International, Andrew Chogo. And they do get try number 3. That takes the score now to 20 points to 0 with the conversion kick to come by John Ekubu.
And William Juguna, could that third try by Steve Olwach be the death knell on Nakuru's Eric Shally Shield interests in this particular match?
We still have 20 minutes to go, but from the way the first 20 minutes has panned out in this first half, Kubo with a conversion kick, successful. That takes the score to 22 points to 0. And it could be, because Nakuru are yet to fire a shot. I haven't seen any multiple phases of play, and their forwards are not really getting over the advantage line. And the few times that they have been in ascendancy, a dropped ball here and there, and knock on here and there, has cost them. And Cabras could turn in the screw here by getting a fourth try. We still do have 19.5 minutes to go to the end of the to the end of the second half. The restart here for Nakuru. Can they get any points on the board? They fluffed a penalty in the opening minutes. Waryuki missing a penalty. Now Nanda Saba with the restart for the home side. Won there by Paminas Masharia.
William Juguna, I think for me, Paminas Masharia has been an outstanding player for Cabras Sugar in this match. Probably even a contender for man of the match. He has showed up on defense and offense. Good all-round play from the big center. Former KCB man now playing his trade in Kakamega with Cabras Sugar.
Bobby Quare there, coming in as a second half substitute. What can Cabras do here? Good play there coming in from Kelly Akenga. Masharia there, tackle but able to deliver the ball. And the referee has called it back again. Was that a knock on? I thought I didn't see any knock on there. As Rogers Rope called it for an infringement. But good play coming in from Cabras. They're trying to spread the attack. Trying to attack the open channels on the wing there of Nakuru. Cecil Ambey, I think, has come in for Cabras. Good play there coming in from Kelly Akengo. And is able to give to Paminas Masharia. And I think Masharia must have coughed that ball in possession. Good scrum coming in from Cabras there. Making light work there of Nakuru. And they do get the rub of the green there. Cabras being rewarded for the dominant scrum. 22-0 the scoreline here at the Nakuru Athletic Club. Cabras leading here and now chasing the bonus point with 16 minutes to go to the end of the second half. Coming up at 4 p.m. it's Cabras Sugar, the visitors, taking on Nakuru. Match day 14 of the Kenya Cup playoffs. And after this weekend, we will be left with 2 games. And very fluid situation between position 3 and 6. And which the scrum put in, dominant scrum there from Cabras too. I think Cabras have rejigged their back row there.
That's Steve Olwach, the try scorer. Some burgeoning run from the back row man. But Nesta Nanda Saba with a big kick downfield. It is a bit of a handful for Kelly Akengo. 16 minutes remain. 16 minutes for Cabras to consolidate this result and secure the win. 16 minutes for Nakuru to fight back, probably force a draw. But as it so stands, it is everything going in Cabras's favor.
Will be a Cabras line out throw. A throw won there by Cabras. To me, it didn't look straight, but the referee, Angwech, finds Masika. Angwech again. Cabras attempted to spread the ball out wide. Missed pass there. Good play there from Kelly Akengo. And Cabras just now playing with a bit of more freedom. Bit of more risk being taken. Angwech again. Masika. And uses a destructive ball carrier right down the middle. It's all Cabras here. Not the kind of pass that you've wanted. It's all bobbled up there, and will come down to knock on, I think, from Cabras. Actually from Nakuru. So it's going to be a scrum putting for Cabras here, who lead by 22 points to 0. 3 tries, 2 conversions, and a penalty for the Sugar Millers from Kakamega.
We're into the last 14 minutes of the match. It has really been played at a sedate pace. Just do hope that the Kenya Cup encounter between the first string sides from Nakuru and Cabras is a lot more electric. This has been a rather comfortable display of rugby from Cabras Sugar, and this is a comfortable break from Steve Olwoch, looking to score his brace, but gains good ground for the Sugarmen. Ronald Rop calls the decision. Obviously, Steve Olwoch hit the floor, did not release that ball.
Good defense coming in there from Nakuru. Steve Olwoch going on a searing run there, but lack of support from his fellow players just really curtailing any momentum. And Nakuru were able to get the turnover there, courtesy of Kelvin Omusebe. Went to the floor very quickly and was able to get his body positioning right at the breakdown and snaffle that turnover for Nakuru and deny what potentially looked like a 4th try for Cabras. Olwoch, who was playing at lock in this game, now playing at number 8. .5 minutes to go to the end of this encounter. Cabras leading by 22 points to 0. Can Nakuru get any points on the board here? Muthama with the line out throw. As the referee just wants to check everything is right. So Mudamo the line out throw for Nakuru. Go for the short line out instead. And once again there was a knock on there from Nakuru. Just summing up the play of the afternoon for the home team. And it's going to be a Cabras ball. As Bobby Kwe just consults with the center referee.
We just catch a glimpse of some of the Nakuru fans here, obviously watching this game while waiting for the Kenya Cup fixture that kicks off at 4 p.m. between the first string sides from Cabras and Nakuru. That should be a cracker of a match. Edwin Achayo, the Cabras assistant coach, former Kenya international, just engaging in a bit of banter with members of his squad. Another glimpse of the fans who continue to trickle into the Nakuru Athletic Club. Used to be known as Suguta Valley, but this season opted for the more sedate name of the Nest. Probably have to find out why from the Nakuru RFC fans in banter later on when our director decides to capture the voice of the people. And play resumes. It will be a scrum feed for Cabras Sugar. We're heading into the final 9 minutes of the match. It is the visitors from Kakamega leading by 22 points to 0. They've scored 3 tries through Jone Kubu, Geoffrey Meso, and Steve Olwoch. Jone Kubu has managed 2 conversions and a penalty. And they continue to attack. Kelly Okengo has been a lot more vibrant. Jarvis Nyakundi, the former USIU man, playing on the wing but donning shirt number 3, making props all over the world proud with his pace and guile. The penalty advantage remains with the visitors. Paminas Macharia with that last gasp penalty looked to have fluffed it. He is lucky that Nakuru were not back the requisite 10 meters, and a more decent penalty to be taken this time by Kelly Okengo, looking to find territory. Probably that was a blood rush from Paminas Macharia.
Yes, I mean, Cabras have done a bit of substitutions. When you look at that substitute bench, Kubu is also not in. He's gone out. And the likes of Steve Olwoch have also gone out. So it's an entirely new team, but they do have the likes of Andrew Chogo there and Bobby Quare in terms of leadership, and it's won there by Chogo, Kenya Simbas International, and they're going for another maul here. Could this be try number 4 here?
It is furious. Steve Olwoch breaks, surges forward, but Nakuru defending desperately. Olwoch presents that ball. Cabras have numbers in support. Geoffrey Meso, who scored the 2nd try for Cabras Sugar, just looks to surge forward. Nakuru once again defending desperately. 7 minutes remain in this match here, which is an Eric Shirley Shield encounter. Match day 14. Is Nakuru on the course as Cabras continue to ask questions of them. The ball has been claimed by Bobby Quare on as a late second half replacement, making his presence felt there, the experienced front row man. But another infringement, this time going the way of Nakuru. What a way to earn yourselves some respite. Rogers Rob just making his presence felt on this field of play.
Yeah, setting probably obstruction there as he goes to consult with his assistant referee. 6.5 minutes to go to the end of this encounter here at the Nakuru Athletic Club on this 23rd day of March 2019. It's Cabras Sugar, I think, do have the win in the bag, unless Nakuru 2 can stage a miraculous comeback and score 23 points in the next 6.5 minutes. Kid did not find touch there.
And this is Ishmael Karanja, was about to embark on a blistering run. But Rogers Rop, having none of that, calls Karanja out for having a foot into touch.
Yes, he did have a foot in touch according to the referee. And from where we sit, it didn't look like that ball had gone out for touch, but the referee's decision is final. As Mudama attempts to win that ball, but another knock-on from Nakuru at the line out. And it's advantage to Cabras again. Can they get the bonus try here? Still do have 5 minutes to go. 22-0 the scoreline. Nakuru yet to fire a shot at Cabras in this entire encounter. And that man there, Ishmael Karanja, had his foot in touch, but it's going to be Cabras with the scrum put in. Dan Angwech feed this ball into the scrum.
And that is a brilliant angle from the camera crew. As play continues here, Lawrence Ishuga on for Donald Watch as a replacement for Nakuru, but they're still under the coach, and Steve Watch has been a handful. This is Jarvis Nyakundi, Paminas Macharia. Does he get rewarded with a try? No, he doesn't. That ball inexplicably spilled, Nakuru forcing the turnover. But still under pressure from Cabras. This is desperate defending coming through from the hosts, Nakuru.
Ball bobbled up there. Promising opportunity for Nakuru. And Cabras have been able to get the turnover there. Can they get try number 4 in the bag here? Chogo.
Andrew Chogo literally taking matters into his own hands. This is Ishmael Karanja. Just carries it another meter forward. He struggles to find the floor, but eventually does. This has been a lively few moments, probably the liveliest moments of this match, William Juguna.
Yeah, the referee will call it back there. That ball took a bounce off a Cabras player illegally, actually a Nakuru player, so it's going to be advantage to Cabras here. Can they finish with a flourish? And I think the referee will go to his pocket for a card here. Just going to consult with his assistant referee. Into the final 4 minutes of this game. Cabras have taken their chances. Nakuru haven't. Nakuru yet to manufacture anything. Nakuru 2, I beg your pardon, not Nakuru the main side. Nakuru 2 in this Eric Shirley Shield game on this 23rd day of March. Can Cabras get try number 4 in the bag? And you can see the shot of their senior team training, putting the final touches before they enter into the field of play at 4 p.m. against Nakuru. So Danangwich, the scrum put in. Now, can Cabras make it count here? It's a dominant scrum.
You can definitely see the intention. Steve Olwatch just controls that ball, and that is try number 4. Geoffrey Meso with his brace. Cabras Sugar on the bonus point. Referee Ronald Ropp is just confirming the scores. But unfortunately, no, as he removed his notebook, he also removed his cards. So we're not too sure of his actions until we actually saw him jot down some notes on his notebook, because we actually thought maybe he was going to flash out a card, red or yellow. But
dominant scrum there from Cabras, making light work of the Nakuru forwards there.
That was brilliant control from Steve Olwatch, and eventually the try scored by Geoffrey Meso. This is Kelly Akengo with the kicking duties. As the wind continues to raise the dust here at the Nakuru Athletic Club. Temperatures have dipped slightly, probably from 28 degrees to 27 degrees.
Yes, that's 1 degree less. As Akengo lines up this conversion. Bonus point is in the bag for... And the flag goes up. That takes the score now to 29-0. For the visitors from Kakamega, Cabras Sugar, who will remain second depending on the scoreline between KCB 2 and Mean Machine 2. But it's Cabras who have been clinical in the red zone. And with less than 30 seconds to go, can Nakuru get a consolation after trailing 15-0 at halftime? Considered a further 2 tries in the second half. And Cabras do get the bonus point. Nanda Saba with the restart.
It's a big boot downfield, but claimed by Nyakundi. Has been very lively since coming on the field of play for Cabras. They have certainly dominated and just looking to end this match on a high. Ishmael Karanja attacking that space. The ball is played through as Cabras continue to surge forward. That is hard running from Stephen Ochieng. That was
an attempted intercept there from Nakuru's Hannington Wabwire, but didn't get his hands on the ball. 29-0 the scoreline. Cabras do have the win in the bag, and they do have the bonus point for their second string side, the ESS team, as we await the 4 p.m. kickoff between the senior sides, Nakuru and Cabras, which should be a cracker. Much more intensity, physicality, and fluency we do expect from that one. Other fixtures of the day, the champions KCB taking on Mwamba. Queens have a date with Homeboys. Impala facing Strathmore. Black Blood have a university derby against Mean Machine. Pamina Swashari with a cutout pass that finds Kelly Akengo. Now, what can Akengo do? Get some meters there on ground there. And Cabras finishing here with a flourish. Team which is ranked second in the ESS standings. And they lose the ball. That was, I think, Bobby Quare. There was a knock on there from Nakuru, but I think on closer inspection it looked like the first knock on was Cabras Sugar.
However, as they do say, the referee's decision is final. He's called it. They'll play it. But William Jugune just feel this game could have been a lot more fluid. But it is what it is. The scores are 29-0 in favor of Cabras, leading Nakuru with precious little left on the clock. This is Eric Shelley Shield action, paving the way for the main match at 4 p.m. between Nakuru and Cabras in the Kenya Cup. Action that will be live and free on Bamba Sport. We just catch a glimpse of the crowd here at the Nakuru Athletic Club. Obviously looking forward to that fixture at 4 p.m. This is Angwech doing what he has done all afternoon, plays it to Steve Olwoch. Cabras looking to attack down the right channel. That is a bit of evasive running from Kelly Akengo. Did he get, that was actually Dan Angwech. And that is it, the full-time score. Or is it not?
Yes, it is the full-time score. You can see the high fives coming in from the Cabras team. They do have the win and the bonus point in the bag. That takes their points tally for the season to 65. And they will remain, I think, second, with KCB 2, the champions of the ESS, taking on Mwamba 2. And 29-0 the final scoreline.
Well, at the end of the day, William Juguna, it has been a unanimous result there. Confirmation of the score, 29-0 in favor of Cabras Sugar against Top Pride Nakuru 2 in Eric Shelley Shield action. Unanimous, the decision that ended in favor of Cabras Sugar. They certainly dominated this fixture from gun to tape. Nakuru did not have a reply, did not even show glimpses of looking like they were able to give a response. And at the end of the day, conceding 29 points to 0, they scored against Cabras.
4 tries, 3 conversions. As you can see the highlights, the try there that Cabras scored in the second half. The picture there, Mwangi Mushemi not happy with the way things have gone. And you can see there that man, Paminas Masharia, was all over the place. A real attacking threat for Cabras Sugar. And then try number 4 scored there by Cabras in the dying minute of this game to take the score 29 points to 0. So that's full-time score here from Nakuru in this Eric Shirley Shield match. Nakuru 2 have lost 29 points to 0 to Cabras. And coming up at 4 p.m. will be the Kenya Cup match between Nakuru and Cabras. So stay tuned, don't move anywhere, don't go anywhere. That should be a crack of a game. Nakuru on a winning run of four wins, and Cabras and KCB engaged in a topsy-turvy battle on the top of the log. So stay tuned as we shall catch you at 4 p.m.
National bragging rights, 1 million shillings and a chance to play as an all-star in Spain. It's all at stake at the Chapadimba na Safaricom football tournament, Season 2. But first, the best teams have to fight their way to the national finals. This Sunday, witness as the best from the Rift Valley region battle it out for a ticket to the national finals and 200,000 shillings cash. Who are the best boys and girls in the Rift Valley? Catch it all live from Eldoret this Sunday at 8 a.m. exclusively on Bamba Sport, Bamba TV Channel 6.
Chapadimba na Safaricom, tuende la liga.
magnificent athlete. Rhodesia wins.
I started in 2007 back at Namiriango College in Senior 1. I actually started with basketball. Yeah, but unfortunately, height wasn't the best of advantages that I had. But I kept on trying it out. Yeah, but at the end of it all, I found myself doing rugby because there was a lot of togetherness. That is one. The discipline was up to par. It was really nice. There was a bond that wasn't happening within schools where a senior 1, 2, or 3 could actually interact apart from if they're on pitch, whereby the class wouldn't actually matter at all. If you're playing rugby, they don't want to know which class you're in. It's just a sport. I got a connection through a friend of mine who told me that Queens could actually help in promoting and supporting me in regards to my education. I'd already done a bachelor's in marketing and I wanted to do a master's. So to me, it was a plus for me. And due to the fact that Queens had already done so for a colleague of mine, Musaja, he also encouraged me, because I talked to him and he told me, yeah, that would actually happen. Because you'd actually be playing the sport you love as well as studying, so it is a plus. And to me, studying in Kenya, that is a double bonus for me, because the experience I'll be getting from Kenya would actually be top-notch compared to the years I've actually studied in Uganda. I'm not saying Uganda is bad, but yeah, as in there's a change in environment, so you actually get the dynamics. I found togetherness that I haven't basically found in most clubs. This is my first time playing in Kenya, yeah, so the experience I'm actually getting is slightly more than I would have actually expected. In Kampala, we have teams, that is true. The bonding is there. It is slightly minimal. There's no denying about that. But what I've noticed, if I'm to talk of Queens, is we have family. You get the gents that used to play back in some years back, yeah, giving you advice on how things have to be done. You have those who are actually playing with you right now. The competition is good because they actually encourage it. Supposed to be starting the Masters. I'm supposed to be starting in January. So I'm holding on to that, waiting to see, because I was supposed to start this year, yeah. But there was that issue with the school having riots and stuff, so it kind of got held back just a bit. But I'm hopeful that this coming year, I'm actually starting. So right now, all I'm doing is showing what I can do, yeah, because it's hard to actually come from Uganda and just show what you can do. So it's really good when you're actually given the platform and you actually take your opportunities, because I actually got my call up. For me, international, if I'm to look at sevens, Dan Norton stands out for me. Yeah, he's one who is one of edge, still quick, one who's really good with his feet. Yeah, I'm just happy with how he plays. I don't look up to him that much, but he is a player that I look up to because he's one person who makes me feel like I need to be a better winger. Yeah. If it's 15s, I kind of look at to Naholo. Naholo, for someone who is a beast in every kind of way, he's a guy who has actually stepped up to something that shows you something different compared to what you actually expect. Yeah. Loco, it's gonna be funny, though. I've actually looked up to Jacob Oje. I've actually looked up to him for a while. You know, you see what he does, and the fact that I'm in Kenya and knowing that one day will play him sometimes creeps me out. But yeah, he's a guy I look up to, and I'm like, yeah, for some reason, I'd like to also be like him, or at least be better than him in one way or another. Actually have, hopefully, if I can actually reduce those years, would actually start with winning Kenya Cup, because that would be a dream come true. Yeah, coming to Kenya to win Kenya Cup with Queens. Yeah, having gotten my masters, or even gone farther than that. Yeah, started a family. Yeah, and be a professional marketeer.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Kenya Cup Match Day 14, coming to you from the Nakuru Athletic Club off Oginga Odinga Avenue in the heart of Nakuru County. This is a clash between home side top fry Nakuru RFC, currently 6th in the Kenya Cup standings, and Kenya Cup leaders Cabras Sugar. Remember, these two sides met in Match Day 3 action late last year. Cabras winning that match by 50 points to 8, and they meet up again this week. This is just a glimpse of last weekend's results we saw on the screen there. And these are the standings heading into match day 14. Kabras on 59 points. Same with KCB, Third is Kenya Harlequin, Nondis in fourth, Mwamba fifth, Nakuru sixth, Impala seventh, Homeboys eighth, Oilers ninth, Black Blood 10th, Strathmore 11th, and Mean Machine in bottom position. My name is Michael Kwambo, and joining me in commentary for the next 80 minutes is William Njuguna, as we just catch a glimpse of the two teams making their way out of the tunnel here at the Nakuru Athletic Club, a ground that has been associated with rugby for over 60 years, and once again hosting a clash between the only two sides from outside Nairobi to have lifted the Kenya Cup, Cabras Sugar in the yellow and black strip, and Nakuru RFC in the black and green strip.
Just to remind you that Nakuru being led there by little Mrs. Kenya. She's from Nakuru County, and she clutches the hands there of the Nakuru skipper, Edwin Makori. And play about to start off any time from now, as there will be a minute of silence for the departed Derek Obiero, formerly of USIU, and Cabras Sugar.
And after that minute of silence in honor of Derek Obiero, who played his club rugby for USIU and Cabras Sugar, center referee gets the whistle going. Let's just catch a glimpse of the starting lineups. Lining up for Nakuru: Mbugwa, Mboya, Waitere, Owor, Makori, Omolo, Akwe, Odhiambo, Ominde, Abuyeka, Ouma, Mayaka, Okoth, Onyango, and Bunyasi. Their replacements: Abenga, Njenga, Githanga, Anunda, Mwangi, Alwoch, Onyango, and Asiago. Head coach is Mitchell John Otieno Ochola. Lining up for Cabras Sugar is Asuman Mugerwa, Max Adaka, Hilary Mwanjilwa, Brian Juma, Hilary Odhiambo, Dan Sikuta, George Nyambua, and Cloud Johannes, Brian Tanga, Philip Okorach, Nick Baraza, Marcus Wilson, Paula Buto, Felix Ayange, and Jacob Okumba. Replacements for the Sugarmen: Shitambasi, Ngesa, Mayaka, Mokua, Kabole, Robinson, Mungao, and Kubu. Head coach is Henley Duplessis from South Africa. My name is Michael Kwambo, taking you through the 80 minutes alongside William Njuguna.
Yes, this should be a cracking encounter between these two sides. I don't expect the scoreline which we saw on December 1st, when Cabras literally mopped the floor with Nakuru, winning by 50 points to 8. This should be a closer contest between the two sides. Cabras playing from right to left, and Nakuru playing from left to right. Cabras, of course, joint league leaders with KCB on 59 points. Nakuru in 6th after beating Impala last week, currently on a 4-match winning streak.
And Philip Okorach gets this game underway. The ball immediately claimed by Charles Omondi Odhiambo, but lost that ball. Referee playing advantage. This is Nick Baraza surging forward for Cabras Sugar. The tackle from Monati Akwe does not stop his momentum. Brian Tanga is floored there by Geoffrey Ominde. What a start we have seen to this game here at the Nakuru Athletic Club. Furious it is there. Jeff Ominde with the break. Does he have a man in support? Yes, he has. It is Cassius Omolo. Gramuel Bunyasi with the step and continuing with his run, but the referee had called for an infringement. But William Juguna, a sprightly start to this encounter here at the Nakuru Athletic Club.
Absolutely, yes. We saw what Gramuel Bunyasi did last week, redeeming himself after being sent to the sin bin last week against Impala, and he was able to come back into the field of play and score a gem of a try. And penalty coming back, the infringement coming back to the first incident of the game there. I think from the kickoff, there was a handling error there by Nakuru. So it's going to be Cabras ball. Brian Tanga, Kenya Sevens International, going to feed this ball into the scrum. Michael Kwambo, remember when we were here 4 years ago, when Cabras caused an almighty upset, knocking out Nakuru in the Kenya Cup semis to march on to their first ever Kenya Cup final, having been promoted in the same year.
Exactly, and this is Brian Tanga playing it through to Philip Wokorach. Nick Baraza attacking that first line of defense for Cabras. Tanga gets the clean ball out. The ball has dropped. The referee is playing advantage. Maxwell Adaka just took his eye off the ball for a moment. Advantage swings the way of Nakuru.
It's a very frenetic start here between the two sides, with 2 games to go after this weekend. The race for the playoffs and the top spot proving to be very intense, as well as the bottom, who will get relegated from the Kenya Cup, who will make it into the Kenya Cup playoffs. As it is, Cabras and KCB have sealed position 1 and 2. Question is, who will be in the 4 playoff positions come April 6th. It's a very fluid situation, and Nakuru know there is no margin for error. Dominant scrum, they're coming in from Cabras. Charles Odhiambo is able to get that ball, and Duncan Abuyeka finds that ball there.
Boots it downfield. This is Jacob Kumba, does well to retrieve that ball from the kick from Duncan Abuyeka. And William Juguna, you were just talking about the quest for playoff positions. Meanwhile, this is Brian Tanga, nippy run from the Kenya Sevens International.
Claudio Hannes just providing defensive cover there in the rack here. It's all Cabras now.
That's George Nyambua, finds the floor.
Johannes Tanga now feeding
Nick Baraza, but he's dispossessed there by Walter Okoth. But the penalty advantage remains with the Sugarmen early on. We were talking about that quest for the playoff positions. Nakuru currently occupying the 6th and final slot, but they will need to put in solid performances in their final 3 fixtures, starting with this one, as Mwamba, Impala, Queens, Nondis, all in contention alongside them for playoff qualification.
Yes, Benjamin Ema speaking early this week on Try Time, saying this is one of the most competitive Kenya Cup seasons he's ever been, especially for those playoff positions. If only Homeboys had not fallen off, then we could be in for a scrap in those playoff positions, but it's all down to those 4 teams, and only 4 will make it, meaning someone will be very disappointed. Tanga with the scrum put in.
Plays it through to Wokorach.
Mario Wilson there tackled very well. Nakuru with very good defense. Haven't seen so much of the ball yet, but it's all Cabras here. Tanga finds Nyambua. Nyambua gives it now to...
That's Hilary Odhiambo who surged forward there. That's beautiful interplay coming through from Cabras. But the ball, eventually a handling error there from Cabras Sugar just kills their momentum. William Juguna, the opening 4.5 minutes have been sprightly. They have been eventful. Still no scores, but certainly we do have a game on our hands.
Yes, attacking threat is from Cabras, and even Nakuru, and Bunyasi thought he was in the clear, only for the referee to call it back. Just shows you that no quarter will be given here. Both teams very resolute on defense and in attack, and could be a very close contest here at the Nakuru Athletic Club. Ominde going to put this ball into the scrum. What can Nakuru do here? They start off the ball in this opening 4.5 minutes. It's a good scrum there from Cabras, Charles Odhiambo. Oscar Ouma tries to run through his opposite number there. Nick Baraza. That will be an interesting battle in midfield. Good counter-attacking coming in from Cabras, and they do get the ball there. Dan Sikuta. And what do Cabras do here? They go to the corner, or do they get the penalty? Opted to go for the post here. And Philip Vokorach. Cabras have spent so much ball in the Nakuru 22. And it just goes without saying that once you get into those positions, you either leave with a try or a penalty. And Philip Vokorach, who is an excellent kick of the ball from this kind of situations, opting to go for the sticks.
Philip Vokorach will be part of the Uganda squad to the World Rugby 7 Series qualifiers in Hong Kong in early April. But here just going about his kicking duties, seeking to put Cabras ahead as the noisy Nakuru fans seek to distract him. Usually is quite intimidating, their noises, but that does not faze Vokorach, who slots that one between the sticks. Cabras taking the early 3-0 lead here at the Nakuru Athletic Club.
Dominant spell of pressure from Cabras, and Vokorach making no mistake.
That was sweetly struck with his right foot.
Cabras, of course, without Kevin Keegan, who is nursing a slight head injury, but he should be back by the time we do go into the playoffs. Got injured in the match against Mid Machine, a game that Cabras won by 41 points to 22, 3 weeks ago.
This is Jeff Ominde bracing himself for the restart. Jeff Ominde has been a crucial player for Nakuru over the past 4 weeks. Remember, they're on a hot streak, have won their last 4 matches, digging themselves out of a grave to suddenly find themselves in contention for a playoff slot. 4 wins on the trot, including last week's dramatic 2015 win over Impala at the Impala Club. A match that was certainly made for television.
Absolutely, yes, and Nakuru's last defeat was on this same ground against Nondis, where they led at 28 points to 5, only to lose that game by 33 points to 32. They did get the losing bonus point, but it was the start of a good run for Micho Chola's Chargers. In your picture there, Henley Duplessis,
with his trusted notebook, I'm sure you could get a chronology of Cabras' Kenya Cup season from that black notebook from Henley Duplessis. The handling error there from Brian Mayaka. Is it costly because it finds Cabras in possession through Brian Tanga? The ball eventually played through to Jacob Okumba. He is brought to the floor by Walter Okoth before the ball finally goes out into touch.
Can sense how Cabras want to play the game at pace, and it will be an infringement there from Cabras, and it's going to be a KCB, I beg your pardon, a Nakuru ball. Being played at frenetic pace. The sun has really cooled off a bit here, so conditions much better for the two teams. The searing heat was taking its toll in the first game, but right now a bit cooler here in the Rift Valley as we approach the 10-minute mark. Match day 14 of the 2018-2019 Kenya Cup season, as the two teams now huddle up and give a few strategies as the Nakuru forwards in a meeting of minds here.
Jacob Okumba just receiving attention there from the Cabras medical team. Seems to have taken a knock as he was marshaled out into touch. Probably did get a cut. The referee just making sure that he is not bleeding when he gets back onto the field of play. 10 minutes into the match, we just catch a glimpse of the crowd here at the Nakuru Athletic Club. The man holding the ball there for Nakuru RFC, that is Geoffrey Ominde. Was called up to the Kenya Sevens training squad during the 2015-2016 season by head coach Benjamin Ayimba, but did not get to play on the World 7 Series that year, but still one of the trusted lieutenants for Meche Chola. He was part of the Kenya Cup winning side for Nakuru, a side that won Kenya Cup titles back-to-back in 2013 and 2014. And certainly has been behind a string of strong performances for the Wanyore over the past few weeks.
Yeah, had a blind over game last week against Impala. Front rows being told to get it right there. Cabras front row that has Max Sadaka, Ephraim Oduor, and Uganda Cranes skipper Asman Mugerwa. And on the Nakuru side, we do have John Bugo, Emmanuel Mboya, and Ezekiel Waitere.
This is Jeff Ominde bracing himself for the scrum feed. Massive shove coming through from Nakuru, but it is Oscar Uma with the ball out wide. Gramwell Bunyasi, the fleet-footed winger, goes into contact. Uma and company arriving there. Charles Odongo with another handling error. This is his second of the match. He will need to get good grasp of that ball if he is to keep Nakuru in this game. They are currently trailing by 3 points to 0 off that penalty from Philip Wokorach 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, we did see the second team really struggling to get any possession and any momentum in attack. In case you missed it, the Eric Shally Shield match, which kicked off at 2 p.m, was won by Cabras too. They did get the bonus point, winning by 29 points to 0. And the senior Nakuru side cannot afford those lapses in attack and even in defense. Or this highly efficient Cabras side will punish you, as Brian Tanga goes to feed this ball here into the scrum.
This is Tanga. Plays it through to the fleet-footed Nick Baraza. About to complete his first full Kenya Cup season since returning from injury in dramatic fashion during last year's Kenya Cup final, where he gave a cameo appearance for Kabras Sugar, but they still lost by 29 points to 24 to KCB in what was a very electric final, William Jugona.
Absolutely, yes. Won by KCB by 29 points to 24. These two teams have actually met in 3 of the 4 Kenya Cup finals from 2015, 2017, 2018. And with KCB winning all of them, but that was the closest that Cabras got to beating KCB in the final. 2015 it was one-sided, 2017 one-sided, but last year it was a real humdinger, as Amanda in your picture, Henry Duplessis, not exactly happy with the way things are panning out as Geoffrey Ominde lines up this penalty attempt. 13 minutes gone. Geoffrey Ominde quite successful last week from the kicking tee against Impala. He was able to nail a penalty and a conversion for Nakuru as they got that 20 points to 15 win against Impala at the Impala Club.
This is Geoffrey Ominde with the kick. It sails between the sticks and levels the scores 3-all, 14 minutes into the match. William Juguna, everything seems to be going according to script for Nakuru, staying in touch with Cabras Sugar. Remember, they lost the first leg by 50 points to 8 in Kakamega. That was on match day 3, but certainly showing up on match day 14, keen to make their quest for playoff qualification a lot more easier. But we still have all of 66 minutes to play in this match, and it will be interesting to see how that pans out. Philip Wokorach braces himself for the restart. High and hanging. Is it contested there? Well, bounces back, but it had gone the requisite 10. The step from Wokorach plays it through to Ephraim Oduor. Numbers arriving there for Cabras. Tanga plays it out to the right. Wokorach. Ball eventually going out into touch.
Yeah, ball eventually going out into touch there. And it will be a line out throw to Cabras to Nakuru RFC.
The fans keenly following the action here at the Nakuru Athletic Club. Quarter of an hour played, 3-all. Penalties from Philip Wokorach and Jeff Ominde, cancelling out the deficit for both sides.
Poor line out throw there from Nakuru. And it's snapped out there by Max Adaka. Adaka goes into contact. Tanga. Looks like Hilary Odhiambo.
This is Ephraim Oduor. Surges forward for the team from Kakamega. Brian Tanga. Wokorach. Baraza. Nick Baraza is racing clear. He has a man in support.
Good defense coming in there from Nakuru.
That was brilliant cover defense from Nakuru just to deny Felix Ayange with the try line beckoning.
Good scrambling there from Nakuru. Looked to me like a certain try there, especially when Nick Baraza straightened the line. And as Nick Baraza just tried to play the ball back in, but already he was in touch. So it's going to be a line out throw here for Nakuru. Need to get it right here because Cabras lacking there. It's a 5-yard.
This is Monate Akwe. Just looking to deliver clean ball for his scrum half. He has found the floor. Jeff Ominde. That's a high and hanging ball. It doesn't find touch, but it is claimed by Walter Okoth. And then Brian Mayaka once again handling error, this time deep in his half.
Deep in his half, yes, Brian Mayaka, who scored that key try against Impala last week, formerly of Harlequins, celebrating last week, but yeah, with the infringement, that kick there from Jeff Ominde, and could see how that they reacted. 17 minutes gone, 3-3 here at the Nakuru Athletic Club. Cabras playing from right to left in the yellow. Nakuru playing from left to right. Topsy-turvy so far. Bit better than the quality we saw in the ESS game between the two sides here. As Tanga feeds this ball into the scrum. Clyde Johannes combining very well there with Tanga. Tanga opting to go to Wokorach. Good defense coming in from Nakuru. We're able to read that play very well, but Tanga is able to provide that ball.
He was being curtailed there by the experienced Edwins Makori, long-serving Nakuru player and leader. Has served in various roles for Nakuru.
Mario Wilson. And the ball does go out. It was actually a forward pass there from Cabras. Nakuru will be happy. They've been able to stifle the Cabras attack there.
We just catch a glimpse there of Nakuru assistant coach Jotham Owili. Also played his club rugby here in Nakuru. He, alongside his brother Ben Otieno, were part of a very lethal back row combination for Nakuru close to 2 decades ago. His brother Ben Otieno was popularly referred to as Ben Ways.
Yes, Ben Ways.
After a legendary bus company that plied the Nairobi Western route.
Ominde with the scrum put in. And already Nakuru getting the rub of the green there. Cabras penalized for early engagement. Philip Kwame
goes through the first tackle, finds the floor. Ominde. Nakuru once again taking it into contact. You can see the intensity with which they have come into this fixture. Oscar Ouma with the pass out wide. It is claimed by Crispin Onyango. Brian Mayaka rides the tackle there from Mario Wilson. Finds the floor. Ominde. That is Waitere. Just carries it 1 meter forward. Ominde. That is Cassius Omolo with a jig from the Kenya National Music Festivals.
Absolutely, yes. Took an age there to get that ball moving, but he's been held up here. And the ball goes to Cabras. Nakuru really giving a good fight of themselves here. Cassius Omolo just having a banter there with George Nyambua. 3-3 the scoreline. 20 minutes gone here at the Nakuru Athletic Club. Match day 14 of the 2018-2019 Kenya Cup season. The two sides really giving a good go of himself as the race to the playoffs intensifies. Let's remind you of the other fixtures. KCB facing Mwamba. Queens hosting Homeboys, and Impala having a date with Strathmolleos as Mid Machine face Black Blood in the University Derby. Tanga with the scrum put in. Kick there from, I think, Philip Wokorach. And referee there saying Nakuru not policing the offside line there, so it will be second bite of the cherry for the Sugar Millers from Kakamega. Wokorach now will be looking for territory. And he opts to go to the right. Wokorach's kick, does it find touch?
Gramwell Bunyasi keeps it alive. Wokorach will probably rue the decision to go for that kick, but no. Bunyasi sliced his territorial kick, and the advantage remains with the visitors from Kakamega. Cabras Sugar in the black and yellow strip. Remember, the action is coming to you live and free on Bamba Sport from the Nakuru Athletic Club. Earlier on, we did see Eric Shirley Shield action between the two sides. Cabras winning that one by 29 points to 0, but in the Kenya Cup it is all square. 3-3, 21 minutes played. Mitch Ochola's Nakuru side definitely up for the challenge so far.
Wokorach here finds Dan Sikuta.
But Brian Mayaka,
the ball to Wokorach. Okumba, or is it Okumba or Paul Abuto? Yes, it is Paul Abuto. Tanga Nyambua from a standing start is able to carry the ball a couple of meters ahead. Good first play coming in from Cabras. As it's a bit messy here, and the referee stops play as Oscar Uma seems to have been injured there in that melee at the breakdown. Question is, will it be Cabras ball or Nakuru ball?
Number 7, where's
Skauma, long-serving starlet of the Kenya Sevens team, did make his debut for the Kenya Simbas in 2010. Before moving over to the Sevens side, was a real menace against Uganda in that match, and has really grown to be one of the key players in the Kenya Sevens setup.
And Oscar Uma was also part of the Kenya Under-20s, which played at the Junior World Rugby Trophy, hosted in Nairobi in 2009, the same year that he guided Nakuru to Dallas Sevens success at that leg of the National Sevens Circuit. A penalty there for Cabras, finds touch deep in Nakuru territory. What can they do from that? Will they be able to build and get the first 5-pointer of the match?
We shall wait and see what happens here. Perfectly won there by Cabras. Can they get them all moving? The referee has called it. Line out throw was not straight, and Sikuta just trying to remonstrate with the referee. Is bread and butter stuff for Cabras, but they haven't gotten it right there from that line out, and the referee hands advantage back to Nakuru.
And later score from the Jamhuri Park, where KCB are up against Mwamba, is at the Bankers. KCB leading Mwamba by 14 points to 0. They've scored 2 converted tries. Here's a scrum feed for Nakuru. Jeff Ominde. This is Charles Odongo, breaks from the base of the scrub, but he is arrested deep in his territory. He has numbers arriving in support. Penalty advantage remains with Nakuru. The wise thing would be to kick for territory from this.
Yes, absolutely. Look for territory and play in Cabras' half. 3-3 the scoreline. Very tense, nervy game here at the Nakuru Athletic Club. And I thought Joffo Minde sliced that kick, but it will be a Nakuru ball. They do have the line out from that penalty. Complete contrast from what we saw when these two teams met in December, when Cabras won by 50 points. And Asman Mugera, once again, Nakuru not getting the line-out throws right, but the referee penalizes Cabras again. Makori with a quick tap.
This is Duncan Abuyeka with the kick downfield, but it was rushed and straight out into touch.
Brain fade there from Walter. Oh, actually, Duncan Abuyeka didn't get that kick right here, and it's advantage to Cabras. I think both sides guilty of not getting the lineouts sorted. As Adaka now lines up this throw. One there by Cabras.
That was Brian Juma claiming that ball in the air from the line-out throw. Brian Tanga plays it out wide to Wokorach. The dust is competing for attention with the players here at the Nakuru Athletic Grounds. Tanga, Adaka, Odhiambo. This is Nyambua, brought to the floor eventually by the Nakuru player. Ephraim Oduor. Tanga delays the pass, eventually plays it through to Wokorach. He brings in Paul Abuto. The defense is supreme from Nakuru. Mario Wilson looks to dance around the Nakuru defenders, finds himself in a cul-de-sac. Nakuru not giving Cabras any breathing space. 13 minutes remain in the first half here and a bit of aji-baji. The adrenaline is everywhere. The tensions are high, but it is the spirit of the game to be a bit over-enthusiastic, William Juguna.
Yeah, I think it was really uncalled for to really go after Mario Wilson. The referee had already given the call that it was going to be a Nakuru ball. Should have let it go. And just tempers really flaying there. And the referee now just summoning the two captains, Max Adaka and Edwin Makori.
Kenya Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya Cup. Matchday 14.
Mario Wilson tried to dance his way out of that situation. As the referee has a word with Munata Kwe, Edwin Makori, Mario Wilson, Max Adaka there.
And all's fair in love and war. They have made up and have resolved to play rugby for the remaining 12 minutes of this half. Obviously, the fans interpreting it a lot more differently as Henley Duplessis just follows the proceedings there from his vantage point here at the Nakuru Athletic Club. Penalty is awarded to Nakuru. Geoffrey Aminde certainly will be aiming for the line out deep in Cabras territory.
It's going to be a line out throw here, going to be taken by Manuel Mboya.
It is claimed by Munate Akwe, but line out throw was not straight. The advantage going back to Cabras Sugar.
It's been a game of swinging. It has had its highs and flows, and interesting game here at the Nakuru Athletic Club. Both sides really giving a good go here on match day 14. Max Adaka just conferring with the referee. 11.5 minutes to go to the end of the first half. 3-3 the scoreline. Brian Tanga there. It's been quite quiet by his high standards. The Nakuru back row have done their job very well. Kept him quiet for the better part of this first half.
This is Wokorach with the kick downfield. Is there anyone back home for Nakuru? Gramuel Bunyasi in an almighty chase for the ball, looking to keep it in. Quickly taken line out there. Crispin Onyango with the kick downfield. That was great vision initially from Philip Wokorach.
Yeah, he saw a pocket of space there on that wing. And also good cross-covering defense by Gramuel Bunyasi. And it's going to be a line-out throw for Cabras. tight game here between the two sides. And what they are also calling the Rai Derby.
Definitely, William Juguna, both sides under the sponsorship of the Menengai Group through their various flagship brands. So a bit of sibling rivalry here. Who is going to get the bigger share of meat at the dinner table later tonight?
Absolutely, the line-out throw once again from Cabras, not straight. It's really hampering their momentum. As you can see, the Cabras forwards, they're just trying to get on the good side of the referee. An opportunity spanned there by Cabras. I can see also Richard Ochieng not very happy. It's an opportunity missed there by Cabras just to put pressure on Nakuru, and the scoreline remains 3 points to 3.
And standing next to Richard Ochieng is dedicated Nakuru fan Taiso, goes by one name. Back to matters on the field there. It is Jeff Ominde just bracing himself for the scrum feed. Is eventually claimed and played downfield by Duncan Abuyeka. High and hanging ball goes out to touch. More territory gained for Nakuru. And William Juguna, it is quite intimidating playing here at the Nakuru Athletic Club. Doesn't matter whether they call it the Nest or Suguta Valley.
Bad kick there from Nakuru because it was actually straight out. So it's going to be advantage to Cabras. Can they get the line out functioning here? Do they variate the line out throw? Do they go short? Do they go long? Much better there from Cabras now. Nyambua. Tackle there. Sikuta. Wokorach. Mario Wilson. Wilson.
But Brian Mayaka does not give him an inch. Wilson finds the floor, presents the ball. Brian Tanga to set up the next phase of play for the Sugarmen. Mark Sadaka claims that ball. Route 1 is the only way that he knows. Tanga once again. This is the second phase for Cabras. Sikuta. Brian Mayaka has been busy on defense for Nakuru so far.
Referee's arm is out for an advantage here. So Cabras will try and milk this penalty. And yes, they do that. As Ephraim Oduor loses that ball. So they will go to the corner here. As Brian Maina sent to the bin. I think for decent there. He's been sent to the bin. So Nakuru are going to play with 14 men. And it's an issue which I think has been recurring for Nakuru, Michael Kwambo. When we were here in January, when they were playing Homeboys, a game they lost by 19 points to 18, they had 3 players sent to the bin. As you can see the Nakuru fan there.
As you just catch a glimpse of this fan, William Juguna streaming live, probably on the Bamba streaming link. That is the power of social media.
Yes, it is the power of social media. So Nakuru down to 14 men, and Micho Chala will have to address that. It's a recurring theme of Nakuru. Last week they had Bunyasi and their captain Edwin Makori sent to the bin against Impala. They did overcome it by winning that game, but it will not probably work every weekend. There will be a reset scrum there. Cabras joint log with KCB on 59 points, with Harlequins third. Kelvin Omio there in your picture, not part of the Nakuru Matchday 23. Hasn't played for a while. Man they call Kichwa, also had a stint with Cabras, I think 2 seasons ago. It's overcast here in Nakuru.
Brian Mayaka, formerly of Kenya Harlequin, now playing his rugby at Nakuru. This is the dummy from Philip Wokorach. Jinking run from the Ugandan.
All the way. Does he get over the whitewash? Yes, he does. Excellent try there from Philip Wokorach. Beat the first line of defense. And he gets the first 5-pointer for the Sugar Millers from Kakamega. We didn't see the try coming, but Wokorach, such an elusive runner, is able to go beat the Nakuru defense and get the first 5-pointer of the afternoon after 35 minutes. And going to convert this try. He is currently the top try scorer in the Kenya Cup. You can see he sold one dummy and was able to shrug off 3-4 defenders. Gramal Bunyasi tried But Wokorach had the presence of mind to plant the ball over the whitewash. Replica of the try he scored also against, I think, Harlequins. And Wokorach. (10-3), and Philip Wokorach with the try and the conversion, giving Cabras breathing room here.
Use the hashtag Kenya Cup.
Can Nakuru respond before the halftime interval? Jeffrey Ominde, and really Cabras punishing Nakuru with the man in the bin. They've been able to take advantage. 10-3 the scoreline here at the Nakuru Athletic Club.
And latest from the Jamhuri Park, KCB leading Mwamba by 19 points to 8.
That means the KCB already have 3 tries in the bag. They were leading 14-0.
And it remains finely poised here at the Nakuru Athletic Club. That great piece of vision from Philip Wokorach, resulting in his side retaking the lead here, establishing a 7-point buffer with about 3 minutes to the interval.
It's going to be a line-out throw for Cabras. Max Adaka.
Claimed there by Kabras Sugar. This is the try scorer, Wokorach. Sikuta, Wilson. His movement is slowed down by Walter Okoth. Nakuru looking to force the turnover. But once again, the ball is out through Max Adaka. Runs into Kasia Somolo and Philip Owor. The ball is, however, presented. Brian Tanga looking for clean ball. He gets it. Plays it out wide. Wokorach on the wing. Up against Monate Akwe. The little chip behind the Nakuru defenders. Ball eventually cleaned up there by Crispin Onyango. The chase is desperate. Onyango attempts to shrug off Dan Sikuta, but ends up being the victim of Dan Sikuta's raw power.
Yes, raw power from Dan Sikuta. Ephraim Odwor. Dwor goes for the tackle, but I think the referee has called it back for an infringement there, and it's advantage to Cabras.
We do have a man down. We'll just confirm who that is. This is that moment Dan Sikuta told Crispin Onyango, get out of here.
Get out of my way. And Philip Wokorach now will be looking for territory. Can he find touch? Doesn't find touch for the second time of the afternoon.
That's Onyango once again. The ball deep, but only as far as Wokorach. And this is a gift probably that they've given the Ugandan. His offload wasn't the best, but still cleaned up by his teammates. Nyambua, Ayange doesn't field it. Mario Wilson. Everybody had a problem fielding that ball.
Yes.
Goes out into touch.
The referee has spotted an early infringement here. Was a knock-on from one of the Nakuru players as we come to the end of the first half. Referee under lots of pressure from both teams, remonstrating, a lot of talking to both sets of players, want decisions to go their way. It's Cabras who are leading by 10 points to 3 here as we approach the halftime interval. Time has really flown. First 40 minutes almost done and dusted here at the Nakuru Athletic Club. Nakuru on a 4-match winning streak. Last defeat was against Nondis on the same ground almost a month ago. Claude Johannes, and the referee says there will be a reset scrum there. Interfered with play, and both sets of players there just giving a pat on each other. Philip Wokorach tried the difference in this first half. (10-3) the scoreline. Tanga with the scrum put in. Referee just getting out of the way there. Johannes, Tanga, Wokorach. And that pass, they're not the best of passes.
It's a bit of football there, but wow, the ball is like a hot potato. Nobody wants to get a hold of it. A handling error from Cabras means Nakuru find themselves in possession. 7 points separating them from Kabras Sugar. The current score 10-3 in favor of the visitors from Kakamega.
Game still on a knife edge. Can't rule out Nakuru. It's been topsy-turvy. And who will come out stronger in this first half between these two sides. Nakuru having a chance here just to exert some pressure on Cabras. Probably get a 5-pointer before they go into the halftime interval and into the sheds. Charles Odhiambo there, carrying the ball a meter ahead there.
This is Monate Akwai, goes into contact. Ominde just marshalling his troops as he seeks to set up another platform. That's John Mbugwa. Ball carried an inch forward there by Edwins Makori. Charles Odongo looking to force his way through the Cabras defense. Penalty advantage swings the way of Cabras.
And Nakuru missed a good opportunity there. They had a decent spell of possession. Charles Odembo trying to carry the ball over the advantage line, which he did. And once again, Cabras' defense able to get it. And now Philip Okorach looking for territory here. He's had 2 of his kicks not finding touch. But this one does find touch. And it will be a line-out throw for Cabras. Last phase of play here. It's now short of the crowd, which has come to catch a glimpse of the action here at the Nakuru Athletic Club on match day 14 as we wind down the Kenya Cup season. The group phase, who will be in the playoffs, who will be relegated. The top 2 looks done and dusted for me. But position 3 to 6, it's a scrap between Queens, Impala, Nondis, Mwamba and Nakuru to see who will be in the Kenya Cup playoffs. Anil Duplessis just keeping an eye on proceedings here. Tanga finds Wokorach. Now Wokorach now finds Nick Baraza. Baraza tries to carry the ball hard and strong, but the referee says that there was a forward pass.
A bit of baji there between Jeff Ominde and Brian Juma. A bit like David and Goliath, given the height disparity between the two. Jeff Ominde leading by example.
Smaller man there, but giving his opinion to Hilary Odhiambo.
Pretty much like a terrier dog.
A terrier dog, yes.
Latest score from the Impala Club. It is all square between the Strathmore Leos and Impala in a match that also doubles up as an Enterprise Cup pre-quarter final match. Actually, the match is being played in Madaraka. While here at the Nakuru Athletic Club, it is 10-3 in favor of Cabras. Charles Odongo with a pass out wide to Abuyeka. That is brilliant evasive running from Brian Mayaka, who finds himself back in the field of play. Jeff Ominde with the box kick, looking to cause anxious moments back home for Cabras, but not at that particular moment. Paul Abuto goes down under the tackle from Monate Akwai. Brian Tanga looking for his men in support, plays it out wide to Brian Juma. Mugerwa is there to secure the ruck. Tanga going to execute the box kick. Barely escapes with it. It is claimed there by Duncan Abuyeka. Numbers arriving for Nakuru. Remember, we have done the 40 as the referee hands the penalty advantage to the hosts. You can see the urgency with which both sides have taken to the field. It is showing in their play this afternoon. The 40 minutes William Juguna have literally flown by.
Yes, they have actually flown by. And Nakuru is still very much in this game as Geoffrey Ominde now looks for territory. That penalty there awarded by the referee.
Big boot downfield from Jeff Ominde. Probably just what the doctor ordered for the Wanyore heading into the halftime break.
"40 minutes are up, but the referee is just playing added time of the first half." Kuru now with the line-out throw here. Won there by Makori. Veteran of this team, part of the squad that won the Enterprise and Kenya Cups in 2013 and 2014. As
Cassius Omolo presents that ball, eventually claimed by Charles Odongo. Attacks the closest channel to him. He has numbers arriving. The good clear out from Philip Kwame. This is Ezekiel Waitere. Much to the excitement of the crowd, he sends Brian Juma to the floor. Abuyeka with the pass to Mayaka. This is exciting rugby from Nakuru as we're heading into the halftime break. But he is being mugged there, dispossessed of the ball by the Cabras forwards. Desperately looking to find the floor, but George Nyambua and Dan Sikuta, you wouldn't want those two to be mugging you at any day, William Juguna.
Absolutely.
Eventually they do.
And Brian Maina just misses an opportunity as Dan Sikuta shrugs off 1 or 2. Tanga, as Cabras now smell blood, and the referee once again penalizes Nakuru. And Tanga with a quick tap here. Nakuru really have to be on their guard here. Tanga is such an elusive runner, and what call does the referee give for that? Now here comes Philip Okorach. Finds Paul Abuto. Now Abuto skips one. Can he skip a second? No, he can't, but he's able to provide that ball to Hilario Odhiambo. Tanga changes direction, goes to the short side. Can Cabras finish with a flourish here as one of their players is being attended? Good forward ball there from Cabras. George Nyambua finds
That's Hilario Odhiambo. Good ground gained by the lock forward. This is Maxwell Adaka. Oscar Uma just slowing down his momentum. Nakuru defending desperately. Cabras looking for a second try before the break. Referee calls for yet another infringement. There are bodies on the floor, and William Juguna, this passage of play has been intense.
It's been very frenetic, yes. It all started with Dan Sikuta and George Nyambua manhandling Brian Maina, and then getting the penalty there. And Brian Tanga just trying to spark things here for Cabras. And Cabras in the right area of the pitch here into the final seconds of this first half, which has gone on for long. The referee, till the ball goes dead, is when probably he'll call it for the first half. And it's Cabras who are leading by 10 points to 3, but probably looking for a second try. But I think it's going to be a Nakuru ball, and Jeff Ominde is going to feed this ball into the scrum.
And as we so speak at the Jamhuri Park, KCB have gathered their bonus point try. They now lead Mwamba by 24 points to 8. Charles Odongo breaking from the base here, but he is arrested once again by Dan Sikuta and the rest of the Cabras forwards. Jeff Ominde will look to deliver that ball to Duncan Abuyeka, who gets Nakuru out of that spot of bother.
Line-out throw for Cabras. Nakuru just alleviating pressure from that scrum ball there. 10-3 the scoreline. Line-out throw was not straight, and it's going to be a Nakuru ball. Up playing the advantage now. Referee's arm is out for an advantage. And it will come back for a scrum ball here for Nakuru.
William Juguna, this match has been entertaining. The 40 minutes have whizzed by. Lots of action, but still not enough on the scoreboard. Nakuru certainly hanging in there. Certainly unfazed by Cabras, who pummeled their opponents left, right and center until a month ago when they met KCB.
So a good scrum there from Cabras. Can they get that ball? And it's Claude Johannes there. The turnover. Tanga finds Juma Odhiambo. Hilary Odhiambo. Can Cabras finish this half with a flourish? Tanga. Wokorach.
This is Johnston Mungao. He is slowed down there by Brian Mayaka, who just looks to have come off worse from that physical collision against his former teammate at Kenya Harlequin. Cabras looking for clean ball. Penalty advantage in their favor. Brian Tanga looks to step past one man but doesn't go past Jeff Ominde. This is George Nyambua. Cabras inching closer to the Nakuru try line. Nakuru defending desperately.
So it's been turned over there by Oscar Uma. Good defense by Oscar Uma. And KCB should clear this ball. I mean, Nakuru should clear this ball. First half has really flown by and still ongoing.
This is Jacob Okumba back home. He is in two minds as to whether to kick that ball out into touch. Eventually arrested. It's a bit awkward, but cleaned up there by Johnston Mungao. Plays it through to Claude Johannes. Barging down that right flank for Cabras Sugar. Mungao secures it for Tanga. This is Asuman Mugerwa, the Ugandan captain. Plays his club rugby here in Kenya with Cabras Sugar. Good continuity from Cabras. Going in pursuit of that crucial score just before the interval. This is Mario Wilson. George Nyambua was not expecting that, and Walter Okoth finds himself in possession. The decision to kick the ball behind, is it the best? It is claimed by Brian Mayaka. Does he have the pace? He is being chased down by Philip Okorat. Brian Mayaka goes over for the try. Just before halftime.
Just before halftime, yes. And from actually out of nothing, Nakuru have gotten their first try of the afternoon. That takes the score now to 10-8 with the conversion kick to come. And it all started with that attack by Cabras. Missed passes there. And Brian Maina redeems himself.
Let's just see that from Walter Okoth. It was always the gamble, kicking that ball away. But Brian Mayaka gathering all his pace, just doing enough to get past Philip Wokorach. I still believe that it would have been a penalty try had the referee caught that, because Wokorach looked to have gone high on Mayaka.
Yes, he did go high, but it all started with that kick by Walter Okoth on the wing. He was able to get the momentum, and Brian Mayaka scored in that try as Jeffrey Ominde now lines up the conversion to tie the game, which should take us to the halftime interval. First half has gone on for an extra, I think, 10 minutes. Ball not going dead. Both teams really giving it a good go as Ominde lines up this conversion.
It is high and hanging and between the sticks, 10-all, heading into the interval. William Juguna, these opening 40 minutes have certainly been something worth talking about.
Absolutely, yes. It's been end-to-end stuff between the two sides. As Cabras were looking for try number 2, you can see there, George Nyambua wasn't expecting that pass. And Walter Okoth with a kick. And Brian Mayaka, seeing that there was Sikuta there, he was able to go over the whitewash. That takes the score now to 10-all. So the halftime score here from the Nakuru Athletic Club. It's 10-10 between Nakuru and Cabras Sugar. We shall be showing you the halftime highlights of the first half, which have really flown by.
As you just catch a glimpse of the first half highlights there, that was the moment the two teams made their way onto the field of play. Went through their hurdles, and then the kickoff from Wokorach before he put his side ahead 3-0 up with that penalty. Jeff Ominde would respond 5 minutes later to bring the score to 3-all. There was this moment where Felix Ayange was just marshaled out into touch by Crispin Onyango. Then this was Philip Kwame swashbuckling run from the experienced lock. That moment of music creativity from Cassius Omolo, a bit of aji-baji there between the two sets of players. Kevin Rodriguez, tense as ever, the fan streaming on Bamba before this brilliant try from Philip Wokorach, which he later converted to give Cabras a 10-3 lead. But then, after this moment of magic from Philip Wokorach, there was still a lot more to come. And it did show up. First, that was Crispin Onyango being shrugged off by Dan Sikuta before Ezekiel Waitere caused an accident scene there. Johnston Mungao sent Brian Mayaka to the floor. And then came this moment. George Nyambua loses the ball. Walter Okoth with a speculative kick that is chased down by Brian Mayaka. He has the presence of mind to just stretch Philip Wokorach and outsprint Dan Sikuta to touchdown. Conversion was good, and that is it at halftime. See you on the other side of the break. The ACB have got the bonus.
Yeah, they do have the bonus.
So suddenly, they'll go. If it stays this way,
or even if Cabras win without a bonus.
National bragging rights, 1 million shillings and a chance to play as an all-star in Spain. It's all at stake at the Chapadimba Nasafaricom Football Tournament, Season 2. But first, the best teams have to fight their way to the national finals. This Sunday, witness as the best from the Rift Valley region battle it out for a ticket to the national finals and 200,000 shillings cash. Who are the best boys and girls in the Rift Valley? Catch it all live from Eldoret this Sunday at 8 a.m. exclusively on Bamba Sport, Bamba TV Channel 6.
Chapadimba na Safaricom, twende la liga.
to the Nakuru Athletic Club for the second half of what has been a pulsating Kenya Cup clash between Nakuru and Cabras Sugar. Confirmation of the scores, all square 10-10 after 40 minutes in the first half. William Juguna, your take on that half?
Well, it has really flown by. It's been exciting, it's been riveting. Cabras having the better start in the opening exchanges, leading through that penalty by Philip Wokorach as Geoffrey Minde lines up the restart here for Nakuru, but Nakuru finishing strongly and getting that try as was a knock on there from Nakuru. Nakuru really showing heart and grit to stay in this game. Remember when these two teams met on December 1st, Nakuru were blown away by Cabras, losing by 50 points to 8. But what a transformation Mitotola has done. Remember, Nakuru unbeaten in 4 fixtures. And last defeat here was against Nondis. Can they claim the scalp of Cabras?
Certainly a rich vein of form for Mitotola's Nakuru. Cabras, of course, also started the season with a blinding success rate, pummeling their opponents left, right, and center. They have virtually secured semi-final qualification, but will need another big performance this afternoon, because as it so stands, KCB leading Mwamba by 24 points to 8. The Bankers have gotten their bonus point, and should the scores remain like this, they will go top of the table this evening.
Yeah, and with 2 games to go, looks like if the scores remain the same, then Cabras could drop down to second spot as Nakuru starting the second half like they finished the first half. Remember, Cabras and KCB won 59 points, and with KCB already having the bonus point in the bag, could be an interesting 39 minutes here at the Nest, formerly Suguta Valley. Jeff Ominde now to give Nakuru the lead for the very first time in this encounter. Latest score from the Impala Club, or from the Madaraka ground, was that Cabras, not Cabras, but Strathmore Leos were leading 13-10. And Ominde misses that penalty. So it will be a 22-meter dropout for Cabras. Remember, the Strathmore game against Impala doubles up as an Enterprise Cup game, so the game cannot finish in a draw. There has to be a winner. Johnston Mungao, quick tap there from Cabras as Nakuru are waiting the 22-meter dropout. John Ekubu, who remember played in the first game. Good break there from Cabras here. It's a neat break here. Man in jersey number 19.
That is Charlton Mokua. Johnston Mungao with the break, but his pass is wayward. That was some good impetus from Cabras Sugar. Charlton Mukua on as a second half substitute. We will confirm who he has replaced in a moment, but certainly making his presence felt upon his entrance to the pitch.
Line out throw here for Nakuru. Good break there coming in from Kubu. Charlton Mukua combining very well, and Johnston Mungao, younger brother to Dennis Muhanji of Harlequins. Line out throw here, and Nakuru go short. Break here for Nakuru here.
That is Emmanuel Mboya with the kick behind, and then let down by his hands. But you could see the intention there from the nippy hooker, Emmanuel Mboya.
Yeah, caught the Cabras line out napping there. They went for the short line out, and he combined very well there with Philip Owor. And just didn't have the support and didn't get the favorable bounce of the rugby ball.
Probably should have attempted to grab that ball with 2 hands.
Substitutions also for Cabras. I mean, John Ekubu has come in, Charlton Mukua. Remember, Kubo did play in the ESS game against Nakuru too. So I don't know if he's still fresh, but Henley Duplessis opting to freshen up a few things after the first half he has seen. And the referee has changed that call. There was supposed to be a line out, but now it's going to be a penalty for Nakuru, who go to the corner. Pressure on Cabras now.
That's a big kick from Jeff Ominde. And as William Njuguna rightly puts it, pressure is on Cabras. Nakuru have started the second half the brighter of the two sides, missing that goal attempt from the penalty from Jeff Ominde. And then Emmanuel Mboya spilling the ball not too long ago. The line-out throw is taken, claimed in the air there by Monate Akwe. Edwins Makori goes into contact. Jeff Ominde just marshalling his troops, plays it to Akwe. Akwe barging forward. He has numbers arriving. Philip Owor, he is slowed down there, but does well to present the ball. Oscar Ouma surging forward for Nakuru. They are looking to build from this. They are inches close of the Cabras try line. This is big from Nakuru. Desperate defense coming through from Cabras as Nakuru drive forward. The try line beckoning. Will this be the go-ahead try for the Wanyore? They hit the floor. Let's await the call from the referee. His hand is up. The try has been awarded.
Yes, try has been awarded.
We will confirm the try scorer in a minute, but Nakuru taking a 15-10 lead here at their home ground. Exciting Kenya Cup action coming to you live and free on Bamba Sport.
15-10 the scoreline. Yes, the try has been given because there is a conversion kick to come. So Nakuru take the lead here for the very first time in this game here at the Nakuru Athletic Club, and the conversion is successful. That takes the score now to 17-10, and Nakuru chasing win number 5 to solidify their playoff positioning. All started with that line out, and it was Philip Kwame, I think, who had that ball. And Nakuru fans must be celebrating in delirium. We still do have another 30 more minutes or 35 more minutes to go. They have started the second half, the brighter side, and for the very first time they lead here by 17 points to 10.
Indeed, a confirmation of the try scorer. It is Philip Kwame who barged over. The conversion from Jeff Ominde, seeing Nakuru take a 17-10 lead. The big question is, can they hold on to it, or will Cabras be able to fight back? Ball is kicked downfield, and it is an almighty chase there. Crispin Onyango with some soccer skills to curtail the pressure that was coming through from Cabras.
Cabras have rarely trailed in fixtures this season. They've only lost once to KCB at the Impala Club, losing by 44 points to 20. That's the only defeat that they've had this season. And should the scores remain this way, they will drop down to second because KCB are leading Mwamba at the Jamhuri Park grounds, or at the Nairobi Polo Club, by 24 points to 8 last time we checked. But it's going to be a scramble for Cabras. They still do have 30 plus minutes to turn this game around. Good scrum there from Cabras here. Cloud Johannes controlling that ball at the base of that scrum. Are they going to walk it through here? They do have the dominant scrum. And try! And Cabras have responded. That lead barely lasted for a minute. Cloud Johannes scoring try number 2 for Cabras. And that takes the score now to 17-15. You can hear the hash here at the Nakuru Athletic Club. And Cabras is having the dominant scrum. Good interplay coming there from Brian Tanga and Cloud Johannes. And they do get the try from Cloud Johannes. Second try of the afternoon. And it's game on, Michael Kwambo.
Certainly it was important for Cabras Sugar to get that try on the board at this moment of the game. They need to stay in touch. Philip Okorach is tasked with the kicking duties. This will be a big kick for the Ugandan magician. We have seen him effortlessly slot home these kind of kicks time and again. And it sails wide. The scores remain 17-15, but certainly, William Jaguna, the next 31 minutes are 31 minutes to play for.
Absolutely, yes. It's a 2-point ball game. And dominant scrum there from Cabras. Cloud Johannes as reacting quickest there to barge over the whitewash. And congratulations there from Mario Wilson and George Nyambua. So 17 points to 15. Nakuru leading. But the next half an hour is going to be very interesting. Who will come out victorious in this encounter as Geoffrey Ominde lines up the restart?
Ball is claimed there by Collins Onyango on as a second half replacement. This is another one of the replacements for Nakuru. James Jenga, Charles Odongo. Actually, this is Ezekiel Waitere. Struggles to stay on his feet. Cabras look to have forced the turnover. The referee is actually playing advantage. They are in possession as they drive forward. The dust here at the Nakuru Athletic Club, very much a part of the action.
Johnston Mungao just straightens the line a bit. Johnny Kubu. Referee's arm is out for an advantage here for a high tackle. And advantage swinging back to Cabras. The race for the top spot very much on as Wokorach looks for pocket of space there, which he does find. And it's going to be a penalty. It's going to be a line-out throw for Cabras. Saying earlier that the race for the top spot going to get very interesting, especially in the next half an hour, because KCD do already have the bonus point in the bag, so Cabras must equal that bonus point here against Nakuru, which wouldn't be easy.
This is Monate Akwe, finds the floor under that challenge from Mario Wilson, but presents the ball with the referee playing advantage. Penalty awarded to Nakuru in the middle of the park.
And now throw here for Nakuru, not really working for Cabras. Really been a problem for them this afternoon as Geoffrey Ominde lines up, looks for territory here. Cabras really have to watch the penalty count. They're conceding a lot of penalties in this game. Good kick there from Geoffrey Ominde. It's going to be a line-out throw for Nakuru. 17 points to 15. Momentum of this game slowly swinging in the way of Cabras of Nakuru. It's won there by Makori, the captain. Oscar Ouma. Ouma! Good break from him. Was able to get a couple of meters there.
Does well to present the ball. It is kept alive. This is Nakuru surging forward. But that line break from Oscar Ouma was crucial. They certainly are putting Cabras on the ropes here. Abuyeka with the kick downfield. It is an open contest. It goes out into touch. But
that try being given. Let's wait for the referee's call there. Thought that ball did go out. That try has been ruled out. It's been chalked off.
Certainly it went out into touch. But that was still witty play from Duncan Abuyeka, just looking to release Gramwell Bunyasi down that left flank.
Kuru playing with a lot of confidence here. And I don't know why they're remonstrating with the referee. The referee's call is final. He has consulted with his assistant. And the try has been chalked off. And Cabras there survive. That would have taken the score to 22 points to 15. And with Nakuru having the momentum, it's proving out to be a very tough day in the office for Cabras. They're still very much in the game, but you cannot allow Nakuru to get a sniff here of momentum.
This is Brian Tanga with the scrum feed for Cabras Sugar. Johnston Mungao, he has been a handful since being introduced at inside center in place of Nick Baraza. The advantage once again swings the way of Nakuru, and their loud fans here certainly giving the players on the field of play that momentum to just keep attacking Cabras.
Questionable decision there from Cabras. They probably should have looked for territory. And the referee just having a word with Edwin Sumakori. A lot at stake between these two sides. Cabras chasing the top spot, Nakuru chasing a playoff position. Nakuru starting the day on 6th spot on 37 points. Cabras level with KCB, but as things stand, Cabras could be dropping to the 2nd position. Already KCB with a bonus point as they were leading Mwamba at halftime by 24 points to 8. Referee having a word with Cabras squad there. Keenly listening.
Dan Sikuta almost looks bemused as the referee just lays down the law in a rather subtle manner.
It's going to be a scramble here for Nakuru. Cabras' next 2 games, if I'm not wrong, are Strathmore, Leos, and Impala. Charles Odongo gives it now to Abuyeka. Oscar Oma. Cut-out pass. Not the best of passes there. Here comes Walter Okoth.
That's hard running from the winger, Walter Okoth. Is Nakuru with the forward momentum thus far. They have certainly dominated the opening 16 or so minutes of the second half, despite conceding that try against the run of play from Cabras Sugar.
Absolutely, yes. They've come out guns blazing in this second half. But the momentum swinging the way of Cabras now. Micho Chola, after the game against Impala, said expect a bloodbath here against Cabras. And his side have really fronted up. They've grown in stature, and they do have the momentum here on home soil against the Sugar Millers from Kakamega.
But certainly the next 24 minutes will be 24 minutes to watch out for. Very decisive. Philip Wokorach lays it out wide to Mungao. That pass was a tad wayward. Felix Ayange tempted to go around Brian Mayaka, and Collins Onyango finds the floor. This is Tanga to Mario Wilson. Tanga with the distribution to Wokorach. Cabras just looking to stretch the Nakuru defense. Paul Abuto initially unable to field that ball. Eventually George Nyambua finds it. Moves 1 or 2 meters forward. Tanga. Asuman Mugero has been a rather peripheral figure in this match thus far.
Hilary Mwanjula has also come in.
This is Charlton Mokua. He has been a busybody. Charlton Mokua used to play his club rugby in Nakuru, had a stint at Kisii as well, so he is up against a very familiar opponents, and they're obviously shouting him down, just looking to rile him mentally as we catch a glimpse of some of the Nakuru fans here. Following the action with 22 minutes to play, Nakuru with the 2-point lead over Cabras Sugar. This is Kenya Cup Match Day 14 action coming to you live and free on Bamba Sport.
There's a lot to play for. Substitutions being done.
And coming on for Nakuru is Edwin Anunda.
Places Charles Odongo, who's had a decent game against that much vaunted back row of Sikuta, Nyambua, and Claude Johannes.
Well, actually, just a confirmation, it isn't Edwin Anunda, but Ken Mwangi. He slots into the number 8 position, much to the excitement of the fans here at the Nakuru Athletic Club. Jeff Ominde with the scrum feed for Nakuru.
20 minutes to go, or 22 minutes to go.
This is Mwangi looking for that ball. It was scrappy, as William Juguna just mentioned. Crispin Onyango plays it through to Walter Okoth. He does well to stand his ground, presents the ball. Monate Akwe shrugs off the attention from Hilary Mwanjilwa. The ball is lost. Brian Tanga in possession for Cabras. Johnston Mungao. He has a man out wide, Felix Ayange. Felix Ayange does not go past Collins Onyango. Collins Onyango has come on as a replacement for Gramuel Bunyasi.
Fast frenetic action here at the Nakuru Athletic Club. Cutout passes now the order of the day. Wokorach beats one, doesn't beat the second.
This is Nyambua. Out wide to Paul Abuto. Abuto finds the floor.
Referee's arm is out for an advantage, and
penalty advantage is with Cabras Sugar for the high tackle. This game being played in good spirit at a frenetic pace. 20 minutes remain here at the Nakuru Athletic Club. It is the host Nakuru with a 2-point lead over the visitors Cabras.
Both sides with 2 tries each. The key difference has been the conversion by Geoffrey Ominde. And what can Cabras do from this line out? Very key part of the game. They normally say, Michael Kwambo, that whenever the 2 top teams meet, it's the final 20 minutes which actually decides based on how they play and on the bench which they have. So key moments of this game. Line out throw here for Cabras. Max Adaka, and it's won there by Sikuta. Sikuta carries the ball hard and strong.
This is Mwanjilwa. Presents that ball. Cabras forwards making it clean for Brian Tanga. Nakuru defending furiously, slowing down that momentum being built by Cabras. Tanga to Wokorach, sells the dummy, racing clear.
Wokorach, does he have the legs? Prevents it now to John Kubu, and Kubu is over. Kubu is over. That takes the score now to 20 points to 17. Show and go there by Philip Wokorach. And just when we thought that Cabras were running out of ideas from that move, they get try number 3. And that takes the score now to 20 points to 17. And Kubu, who scored actually against in the ESS game, scores now in the Kenya Cup game. What an interesting scenario, Michael Kwambo.
Certainly it is, but there was a reason he was brought on late in the game. Obviously, having read this match earlier on, his creativity alongside that of Philip Wokorach always going to work. That was the run from Philip Wokorach which stretched the Nakuru defense. Jone Kubu was going to make no mistake with that. The go-ahead try for Cabras Sugar. This is Jone Kubu stepping forward for the conversion. It will be a crucial conversion. Sails wide, and 3 points remain the separator between these two sides. Plenty of rugby to play over the remaining 18 minutes.
Yes, and those missed conversions could come to haunt Cabras, because those are 4 points dropped there, which would have given them a 7-point buffer. With 18.5 minutes to go, his game is on a knife edge here. Arguably one of the best games of the season that we have done, Michael Kwambo, alongside the Queen's Cabras game and the KCB Cabras game a month ago.
Certainly, and as we speak, KCB leading Mwamba by 27 points to 8 at the Jamhuri Park Showground. Cabras Sugar obviously in search of a 4th try. There was a mid-air collision there, but all's fair. Play continues. That is Kevin Kabole, another one of the replacements for Cabras Sugar.
Straight from the kickoff, the referee hands on the infringement to Cabras Sugar. It was a knock-on. 20 points to 17. It's a 3-point ball game here. Game has swung, has ebbed and flowed between these two teams.
Cabras Sugar in pursuit of that bonus point try, which should guarantee them a return to the top of the table, because as we currently speak, it is KCB who have scored 4 tries against Mwamba, and should the results stay as they are, it will be the Bankers going to the top of the table. Certainly all to play for as that scrum collapses. Max Adaka looks to have fallen awkwardly, but he is back on his feet, and it will take some talking to by the referee for both teams to set a lot more better.
16 minutes to go to the end of this topsy-turvy encounter here at the Nakuru Athletic Club, the Rai Derby between Cabras Sugar and Top Fry Nakuru. Johannes, the back of that scrum, coordinating with Brian Tanga. Now,
Wokorach with a big kick downfield. Walter Okoth is back home. He's had a pretty solid game for Nakuru. Pass to Crispin Onyango as Cabras just look to clear their lines, but they don't. Presenting a gift to Jone Kubu.
Good play there from Kubu and Brian Tanga. Does he have the legs?
Yeah.
Does he have the legs? Yes, he does. And that's the bonus point try in the back for Cabras. A misplaced kick there from Nakuru. And we didn't see that try coming. A misplaced kick there from the home side. And Cabras do get the bonus point. And what a turnaround we have seen in the last 5 minutes. And it all started with that kick there. And John Ekubu was able to field that ball very well, scoot his way, and get Brian Tanga into good position. Look at this pass from John Ekubu to Brian Tanga. And Tanga just knew he had acres of space and grounded the ball there. And the relief on that man's face. And from a position of strength now, Nakuru could be 2 scores down with 13 minutes to go.
William Juguna, we did say that there was a lot of rugby to play in the remaining 18 or so minutes. Cabras heeding that call. That is their bonus point try. Philip Wokorach, the man tasked with this conversion. They suddenly have an 8-point buffer against Nakuru. Conversion is good, takes the scores to 27-17. Cabras building a 10-point buffer, 14 minutes remain. That was the kick from Crispin Onyango that failed to find touch. Jone Kubu with the initial run plays it down to Brian Tanga, who was escorted to the try line by Collins Onyango. The bonus point try that sees Cabras go 10 points clear.
Absolutely. Brian Tanga, no slouch. One of the fastest players on the pitch. And he takes the score now to 27 points to 17. Nakuru not out of it. I would say 14 minutes to go is a very long time in this game called rugby. And a lot can happen.
It certainly is. But it is Cabras who have been the more lethal of the two sides. Remember, Nakuru dominated the opening quarter of an hour in this half. But Cabras have scored 2 tries.
And another opportunity here, beckoning. Good kick there from Philip Wokorach, and the referee penalizes Cabras. They're holding on to the ball, and Nakuru with an advantage here.
Jeff Ominde has been a rather quiet figure in the second half. Had a blitzy first half for Nakuru. They just seem to have faded away.
And Cabras have also took the approach. Can see they're not literally running the ball from their own 22. Wokorach, I think, has been told to get the ball out of the 22, play in Nakuru's half. As that man, Jeffrey Ominde, looks for territory. Cabras with a bit of defending to do.
Then obviously the introduction of Johnston Mungao for Nick Baraza has been crucial in the midfield for Cabras. Johnston Mungao, with his more direct approach and his physical presence, always able to draw 1 or 2 defenders every time he moves forward. Ball is claimed by Akwe. Nakuru surging forward once again.
Turnover there by Cabras. Mario Wilson.
This is Felix Ayange with the kick behind the Cabras, behind the Nakuru defense. It is eventually claimed by Collins Onyango. Collins Onyango trying to find the floor, loses the ball. Felix Ayange looks to run past Philip Kwame. Cabras inching close there. A bit of football skills there from John Bugwa, but the penalty advantage remains with Cabras. They are surging forward with 12 minutes to play.
Yes, absolutely. They've gotten the momentum. Those substitutions have really done the team. A trick. Hilary Mwanjulwa, Charlton Mukua, John Ekubu, all adding energy off the bench, and they're smelling blood for try number 5, which to me, Michael Kwambo, could just kill off the game here for Nakuru, because that will give Cabras a 15-point buffer with 10 minutes to go. As they bring a substitution, Cabras, Geoffrey Shitambasi comes in. for Max Adaka. And it's going to be a Cabras scramble here. So opportunity beckoning for Cabras Sugar. Can they get try number 5 and seal this game as a contest? It's been epic, it's been gripping here at the Nakuru Athletic Club. Sun has cooled off as Tanga now feeds his ball into the scrum.
It's certainly a big moment for Cabras Sugar. Just looking to walk it home. They have the momentum, and this is Cloud Johannes surging forward. Cabras Sugar going in search of a 5th try. This has been a strong second half performance from them. Wanjilwa just secures that rack. That is Mugerwa going over. Is the big man of Cabras securing the rack. Eventually, Johannes with the forward play, 1 meter forward. Brian Tanga looking for the ball. Plays it short. This is Wokorach with the dummy. Wokorach goes over for his brace, and Cabras' 5th try. William Juguna, this game is done as a contest.
Absolutely. Cabras have really turned it around in the last 15 minutes. Philip Wokorach getting try number 2 and try number 5 for Cabras this afternoon here at the Nakuru Athletic Club. And you can hear the silence here at the Nakuru Athletic Club. The noises we were hearing 20 minutes ago have all but quieted. And Cabras get try number 5, and with the conversion kick to come by this man John Ekubo, as he's been given there by the assistant coach Achayo. They're really milking it. Philip Wokorach, no stopping him there, and he's able to plant that ball over the whitewash, and that could be game set and match here at the Nakuru Athletic Club.
And William Juguna, you have to give it to Cabras there as Wokorach converts to take the scores to 34-17. You have to give it to the team from Kakamega for that rise after being put on the course for big moments of the game by Nakuru. Certainly playing like the champions that they have been before.
Absolutely, yes. They have shown their mettle here, and they've been able to turn around this game. They were losing 17 points to 10, but 24 unanswered points in the last 10 to 15 minutes have really turned around the game. Can Nakuru now find something in this game here with 8.5 minutes to go?
That's Charlton Mokua. He has been a handful since coming on. Eight minutes remain here at the Nakuru Athletic Club. Cabras Sugar hold a 17-point lead against home side Nakuru RFC, who started this match strongly. Even led 17-10 with about 24 minutes to play, but the turnaround from the team from Kakamega has been massive. It has been impressive. 24 unanswered points. They are en route for yet another win and will stay top of the Kenya Cup heading into match day 15.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, they will stay top. But this is a warning to Cabras that they can't afford to drop off any time, because KCB waiting to pounce to finish top of the log. And just to remind our viewers that whoever finishes top of the log hosts the Kenya Cup final, as KCB have done for the past 2 seasons. Actually, not 2 seasons. Actually, Homeboys were top last season, but lost out in the semi-finals to Cabras.
Ball is claimed there by Charlton Mokua. This is Dan Sikuta. Numbers arriving for Cabras there. Geoffrey Shitambasi is on as a second half substitute, coming on in place of Maxwell Adaka. This is Philip Kwame, surges forward for Nakuru. Donald Watch, Munati Akwe, Kasia Somolo. Strong running from the back row man, but he is not allowed to find the floor initially by Dan Sikuta. Eventually he does. Is the ball clean? Advantage swings the way of Cabras. That is good defensive work from the team in yellow.
Absolutely. I think Ephraim Odoro, or is it Shitambasi, threw a misplaced pass, as Cabras do make some substitutions here. In comes is it Barry Robinson? Cabras have really emptied the bench here, and We don't know how the other scores are looking like. We don't know if Nakuru will stay in the 6th spot this afternoon.
Well, the latest score, the last time I checked from the Madaraka ground, was that Impala were beating Strathmore by 24 points to 13. That was close to 20 minutes ago. Probably the scores have changed, and we will confirm those in a few. Other scrum feed for Cabras. Nakuru continuing to cause problems for them. Eventually the ball is claimed by Philip Wokorach. Not the best of kicks, but it is enough to ease the pressure that is being built by Nakuru.
Nakuru are really given a good account of themselves. The momentum has absolutely swung in the way of Cabras in the last 10-15 minutes. At one point we're wondering if they were going to be able to top the log after today's fixtures. But as things stand, and with 5.5 minutes to go, Cabras will stay top. Makori, Oluoch. Good play coming in from Nakuru. That was Collins Onyango. Oscar Uma has been a peripheral figure this afternoon. Finds Walter Okoth here, who created that try for Johnson Maina. For Brian Mayaka, I beg your pardon. Ominde, Oluoch. Nakuru attempted to finish this game with a flourish here. Good counter-attack in there from Cabras, and the referee gives them the turnover. And despair on the faces of the Nakuru technical bench there. Cabras now getting all the calls right here.
Well, William Juguna, if you followed this game at 17-10, stepped out to probably go to the bathroom and then showed up now, you'd wonder what happened. And those faces, probably an indication of what happened. Cabras turned it around. Some fans can still afford to smile. Not too sure if they're on the winning team or the losing team, but certainly enjoying their rugby here at the Nakuru Athletic Club.
Absolutely, yes. Those Nakuru fans there just must be wondering what really happened in that 10-minute spell. And it's going to be a line-out throw for Cabras as we enter into the final 3 minutes of this game here at the Nakuru Athletic Club. It's been an entertaining clash between these two sides who've given a good go, and it's a poor line-out from Cabras.
Ball is claimed by Nakuru.
So it's a turnover by Cabras there. Dan Sikuta. Good defense coming from the substitute there. Kevin Kabole reacted quickest at the breakdown, and his body position was spot on. The silence of the Nakuru Athletic Club deafening as Wokorach takes play to the corner. Nakuru finished the season with 2 fixtures, I think, against Mean Machine and, if I'm not wrong, Black Blood. So they are still in a shout to make it to the Kenya Cup playoffs.
Especially given the fact that Mwamba are on the receiving end against KCB.
So the table definitely will change this evening.
The line-out throw is eventually claimed by Nakuru's Monate Akwe, but the referee had called for an infringement. These fans probably waiting for the next 3 minutes and for the referee to blow his final whistle. Dennis Abenga is on as a late substitute for Nakuru. Widely traveled, experienced former Kenya international. Played his rugby at Impala and Black Blood. Also had a stint in Mombasa as well, but back home in Nakuru.
Bram Mayaka, who also played in the ESS game, is also inside.
Bram Mayaka had a stint with Homeboys before making the move to Cabras. He is a former Kenya international and 3 caps under Jerome Parwater. Ken Mwangi has been largely quiet.
Ball has been stripped there by Cabras, but the referee says it was illegal. And Edwin Makore just not happy with the way things have gone here. Into the final 2.5 minutes of this encounter here at the Nakuru Athletic Club. Just try and update you on the other scores as we get them.
That pass is eventually claimed by Felix Ayange. Philip Wokorach. Brilliant pass. Eventually finds Mario Wilson. A step from Wilson. He continues running, but
there was a forward pass there, I think, in the build-up to that pass from Wokorach to Mario Wilson. Forward pass, yes, the referee says there was a forward pass. into the final few seconds here. It's been a long afternoon in this sun-kissed Nakuru Athletic Club, but the weather conditions pretty much cool. You can see Wokorach. And yes, Mungao's pass there to Mario Wilson was a bit forward.
Well, William Juguna, just looking at it, the inclusion of Johnston Mungao certainly changed the Cabras Sugar's dimensions and gave them a lot more in terms of that forward movement, and he has certainly been a game changer for the Sugarmen. Certainly been a contributor to their turnaround in the second half.
Absolutely, yes. Cabras' last two games, I think, if I'm not wrong, are against Strathmore and Impala. The Strathmore game being a home game and the Impala game being an away game on the 6th of April next month.
This is Donald Watch with the scrum feed for Nakuru. Plays it to Jeff Ominde. Oscar Ouma has operated in bursts this afternoon. Jeff Ominde attempted the kick, just held back for a moment. Spots a pocket back home, but that pocket is covered by Jone Kubu. Big kick from the Fijian. Bounces out into touch, but there was an initial infringement. Cabras guilty of infringing the offside line. Precious little is left on the clock. Well, at this point of the game, Nakuru just going through the motions. We're done with the 80 minutes. Depends on what time is left on the referee's clock, but they certainly will not be able to claw back that 17-point difference.
Yeah, probably the best they can get is a bonus point try if they score a fourth try. And Nakuru starting this day on 37 points, Impala on 35, Mwamba on 38, Nondi's on 42, Queens on 44. So that's how the table was looking like at exactly 4 p.m.
It's Dennis Abenga with the line-out throw. It is poor. It is claimed by Cabras. That is Bramuel Mayaka. Finds the floor for the Sugarmen. Ball eventually played downfield to Philip Wokorach. Boots that ball out into touch and game over. Cabras claiming the 34-17 win here at the Nakuru Athletic Club.
They do get the bonus point in the bag, so they will stay top for the remainder of this afternoon until next week. And you do have match day 15, but it was a hard-fought victory for the Sugar Millers from Kakamega, who had to really battle hard for every scrap. They were trailing 17-10 on 55 minutes, but they did have the bench and the character to turn it around. 2 tries by Philip Wokorach, 1 try by Philip Wokorach, 1 try by Brian Tanga. That is the full-time score from the Nakuru Athletic Club. Nakuru 17, Cabra Sugar 34. In case you missed it at 2 p.m., we had the ESS match, which ended in favor of Cabras, winning by 29 points to 0. So Cabras getting double wins here this afternoon, match day 14 of the 2018-2019 Kenya Cup season. And Jone Kubu also getting his name on the score sheet in both matches. So Cabras top of the log alongside KCB on 64 points. We shall be updating you on the other scores. Nakuru getting on the score sheet here from that try early in the second half through Philip Kwame. And at that point, an upset looked on the cards. Nakuru fans were in delirium, but Claudio Hannes from this dominant scrum was able to power his way over the whitewash to reduce the score to 17-15. And then Philip Wokorach there just showing his bag of tricks. And then this try, Wokorach with a give and go with the dummy, and then feeding Jone Kubu to give Kabras to leave Cabras the lead at 20 points to 17. And then this was the moment of the match for me. Jone Kubu feeding Brian Tanga from that wayward kick by Nakuru to put the icing on the cake. So Philip Okorach then scoring his second try of the afternoon. And that was game, set and match. So the final score from the Nakuru Athletic Club. Nakuru 17, Cabras 34.
It is time for the anthem.
Thank you very much. We are live here at the Nakuru Athletic Club, match day 14, done and dusted. And it's Cabras who've come out victorious with a 34 points to 17 victory over the home team, Nakuru RFC. They do get the bonus points, so they will stay on top until next weekend. So I'm joined now on the set here by Henley Duplessis. Henley, tough game for you guys. At one point you're trailing. What changed the game for you guys?
Yeah, I said to the boys in the halftime that we need to speed up the game. We need to test their fitness and see how they can keep all the gaps closed. But I think the first half Nakuru played very well, even starting of the second half. And I think that they are a well-balanced team, yeah. And Oscar Oma, a lot of positivity bringing into the team, yes.
Okay, you made a couple of second half substitutions. We saw John Ekubu coming in, Charlton Mokua coming in, Kevin Kabole also entering. They must have changed the game for you guys.
Yeah, Charlton and Jonah changed a lot of plays for us, especially because our plan was to run it from set pieces and also to run it from lineouts and so on, but also to play the territory game and pin them in the own half, yes.
Okay. 2 games to go to the end of the group phase. Are there areas of improvement you're looking from your team?
Yeah, a lot of areas. I think our execution, especially from our kickoffs, we're giving kickoffs away, especially when we're on attack, also on our lineouts, we're not accurate enough. And yeah, our ball carriers, we need to be more accurate in our rucks, more aggressive, and try to keep the ball more than 1 or 2 phases.
Okay. Thank you very much, Coach. Well done. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Okay, thank you. All right, I'm now joined on the set by Mitch Ochola, who is the head coach of Nakuru. Mitch, a competitive game. You guys gave it your all, but something slipped away in the second half.
Well, for me, I think it was very competitive, as you said, and I think I have to give it up to Kabras for bringing a good game down to Nakuru. I think the boys held their own today. A few technical issues that I think we have to be able to look at in regards to territorial play. I also think that we didn't defend the number 10 channel very well, and that's why I think most of the points came through. From here, I believe we just have to be able to rethink about what we have to do to achieve our target, which is make to the playoffs. We've seen what one of the top teams in the league is doing. And I believe that with this, it's a good taste of what we have to achieve in the next probably 3 weekends.
2 games to go to the end of the season. How do your playoff chances look like?
Well, for me, it's 1 game at a time. So I think the focus quickly moves to a review and then off to Black Blood next weekend. A very hostile ground at the moment, and I think they're playing good rugby. For me, I think we just have to do our homework, tick our boxes, and build from what we've done today.
Okay. What areas do you think you guys have to improve on going in these last 2 games? Because the playoff spots are tightly contested right now as you speak.
Well, for me, I think the main areas for me is a set piece, and basically our go forward, because we are playing in the wrong side of the half. The way we are conceding points also is not a really happy thing to do. So also defense will be something we want to preach, because at the end of the day I believe attack wins games and discipline wins, not defense wins championships.
Right. Thank you very much, Mitch. That's all here from the Nakuru Athletic Club. Match day 15 done and dusted. We shall be heading now to match day 15. I beg your pardon, match day 14 done and dusted. So we head to match day 15 next week. The Kenya Cup is getting interesting, especially with the playoff positions and the race for the title, and also the race for relegation. From me, William Juguna, and on behalf of Michael Kwambo, I wish you all an enjoyable weekend.
The Heat were unable to mount a comeback